the pity party the day before. Now I've met this man before when my first phone got hacked, and he sent me when I was locked out of it, and he sent me somewhere. This time when I went in there to him, like I'm asleep, I wake up and it says like reboot. It wouldn't let me reboot. It seemed like each time that I got locked out of my phone or whatever, it was like I had to get a whole new number. Wouldn't let me get a whole new number. You see the way that she was talking the day before, I didn't even cry. I asked the man, like, what am I supposed to do? He was like, in the tech world, I can't touch your phone. And I was like, I don't know what he said. I don't know what you did. And I'm like, I didn't do nothing. I fell asleep and I left my phone, didn't plug it up for a whole day. For a whole day. Well, I don't know what to do or whatever. He wouldn't help me yet. He works in a phone store. And when I went in there that day with that woman, then that's when he was like, he said the same thing she did, that we're past that. Because I told him, I said, you was wrong for that. And the reason that I was saying that he was wrong for that, because I came in there for help. I did. I came in there for help. And he refused to help me when touching. He said his few little words and help other people. My main concern is my housing. Like I said, if Section 8 gave that difference back, they paid $270 for September, October, November, December, January. And then they told me that I did have to start paying that $270 in March when I got paperwork saying what my rent was, which was $51. 2022, I started off with a credit of $3,000. My rent at the time was $133. Then it went to $57. $133 to $140, from $57, and then it went up to $148. And I never got a letter saying my rent went up to $270. Each time that I went down to Section 8, the first time the lady said, I'm glad you say the paper saying your rent was $51. You need to keep up with that. They paid that difference. That was September, October. Then I found out that they didn't pay their, which they supposed to pay $900 and something, and they didn't pay it. And I went back down there and I asked the lady, and she kept saying, oh, they fixed it. Then in December, they tell me that I went down there again, and then I got this lady, and she said I was being rude because I had asked her. She told me that someone told me to my face that my rent was that, and I said, this is, and I was like that, and I kept saying over and over again, so you're saying that because someone told me to my face that my rent was $270? I was like, this, you're being rude. So I had to get the director involved. Then they had me a letter saying that they mailed a letter out in December that my rent went up to $270. But this whole time, I'm doing all this, like, it's like my property manager and them kept coming in here, and the stuff that I'm talking to them about, like, can y'all, like, I noticed that part of my locks was missing on my windows, and then they told me that the guy fixed them, yet the guy didn't fix them. He didn't fix them. He saw they're supposed to be like that, and that was it. You imagine they coming in your house and they telling you they smell it, whatever, but it smells like pine sol or whatever, yet they need to find out if someone next door is making cooking meth or not. And they didn't do that. And then they tell me like, oh, there's nothing in there. Yet I can. But go to the hospital now. Go to the hospital. And I go in there for one thing. And then I ask a question. And they ask me why. And then I tell them why. Because I see something, I get strapped down to a bed and my pants, my underwear cut off. I got a place where I pay rent at. Even though she won't give me my credit back, add it back to my account, I still pay my rent for this month. And I gotta pack 1 or 2 boxes, be in there for a little bit, then come sit in my car or being here with a mask on for 6 months of hell, like I said. I reached out to Steve Wilkos, and I had willing to take a lie detector. I said everything for everything that's happened to me. Like, I really need help. I do. It's like everywhere I turn, I can't get it. Have you had that feeling like people are being, someone's going to someone and telling someone, hey, don't help her. Don't help her. Like, I get that feeling like that. I do. I get the feeling like, you're trying to make it seem like I'm incompetent and I'm not capable. Like I said, I know and you know your home and you've been living in it for years. Like, I know me and I'm a very detailed person. Whatever that stuff is that's in that house, it's like it had me sedated and I'm knocked out. I know. And my thing is this: if I don't pay my rent and I ain't done nothing, like, why can't y'all do like y'all supposed to do? Huh? Why you can't? Like I said, I tried to go to, beginning of the year, I drove to Atlanta. Right. That was in January. And I thought I was going down there to see if I could find an NAACP. Yet my GPS kept taking me in circles. In circles and circles. Like, really. Then I get back from Atlanta and I get home. And when I get home, somebody goes there and they breaks the mirror on my car, get inside my car. Like, my car is hacked. And let me tell you how I know. Because when everything first started, my car alarm went off one day and I'm just in there and I get up and I crack my door and I see some young boys, which is my neighbor's friends. He's sitting on the step and a friend standing in front of him and he laughing, pointing at my car because they're making my car alarm go off. Like, my car got hacked. Everything in my house got hacked. Everything was lighting up. Even stuff that I hadn't even put on the internet. Like, I even watch TV in my house. Like, I gotta eat. I don't even eat out. Like, I could barely eat like normal. But I feel like I gotta force myself. When I was in that mental hospital, they was forcing me to basically take mental medication because I said I see something. I was not aggressive and I'm not an aggressive person. I was too weak at that time to even fight them. Do you know when I was in there at the hospital and they was, at one point in time I did get mad and I was like, if it was a Caucasian woman, y'all would if it was a Caucasian woman, y'all would have went and y'all would have seen it, y'all would have done something. And they were laughing at me and doing all that. And they was like strapping me down to the bed, twisting my arm and everything. So one of the nurses had this blue stick and she told me to pee on it and put it in between my legs. And when she did that, like, I did pee, but yet I wet the bed. And I kept telling her over and over again, like, yelling right there, because the desk, ma'am, I wet the bed, I wet the bed. She sat there for like 5 to 10 minutes. And I had to, like, some way maneuver and move the sheet just a little bit off of my wet butt. Because it made me think of my mom. And if I lay in this stuff like this, I'm gonna have a hole in my back like she did. You imagine you got a place. Everyone that comes in there, like the last man that came in there, and he was through Section 8 inspection, and I recorded him a little bit. That man would not, he didn't even stay in there alone. He didn't stay in there like a whole, he didn't do the whole full inspection. He had to get up out of there. He wanted me to sign the paper as soon as he got in there, and I said, no, I'm not doing it. I live in Columbus, Ohio. My name is Amir Muhammad. Like, I really, really need help because I'm not getting in here and no one will help me or listen to me. No one will, and I will take a lie detector test. Please.